Well, last week we brought you stories about Syrian families seeking refuge here in BC. Tonight our series continues with the story of two sisters, one who fled the violence in Syria and landed here, the other who stayed behind and wound up widowed. Now, though, 3 years later, the sisters are together again, reunited here in Vancouver thanks to the kindness of strangers. Our Belle Bratch reports.
This hug has been 3 years in the making. The last time sisters Dalal and Noor held each other, the family was together in Syria. Things have changed a lot since then. Their father passed away in Syria in 2014, and last year Dalal's husband, who was critical of the regime, died in a Syrian prison.
Dalal is a single mom, and it's kind of new to her too, right? She's only known that her husband died as of April last year. So we've got someone going through those stages of grief, and now for the first time in her life, solely responsible for her two boys.
There's been a lot of suffering and a lot of stress.
Every day I'm thinking about him.
And for the most part, younger sister Noor has felt helpless in Canada until today.
I am so happy. I can't speak.
She's overcome with emotion. Noor is relishing in the simple things, like seeing her nephew smile.
I am so happy because her kids safe and new future here now.
The Canadian Memorial Church made this private sponsorship possible.
You could tell by seeing them today that these women care deeply about each other.
Thousands of dollars was raised by people like Addie Tinholt.
I wanted to bring over as many Syrian refugee families as I can.
Noor isn't a member of the church congregation, and that made no difference.
You look at how small our world is today, and yet within that there seems to be a whole lot of fear about people who are different. So yes, every effort we can make to break through that barrier is a really helpful thing.
The church will help support Dalal in finding a home and a job, and the kids are already enrolled in school.
Boys start school tomorrow too, which I just think is thrilling. So they get here one afternoon and start school the next day.
English classes for the family start tomorrow. But for now, Dalal will go home with Noor. These two sisters have a lot of catching up to do. Belle Bratch, CBC News, Richmond.